Hi, welcome to the spine class. This is all about spine health and moving your spine in all planes. What you may need is a block in which you can prop yourself up on and a couple of cushions that you can kneel on. If you haven't got these to hand, then a chair will do, or a couple of cushions from your sofa will do. So I'm going to pop these down for now because we don't need them right now. And then I'm just going to get you into standing. So I want you to land in your feet. Find the bases of the big toes, find the little toes and find the heels. And sense that balance in the tripod formation of your feet, of those bones into the floor. From there, you find that elongation through your legs, not a locking out, so not a pushing back and locking out your knees, but a sense of length through the joint spaces of the ankle, of the knee joint coming up to the hip. And you're growing upwards and upwards and upwards with your spine elongating. Your pelvis is in a centered position, meaning your pubic bones and hip bones are roughly aligned. You're neither tipping a pretend bowl of water forwards and through your legs or tucking it under and tipping that bowl of water back. So just sensing the alignment, sense your space, lifting up, grow lovely and tall up a pretend height chart. The back of your head, the back of the shoulders, the back of the pelvis and the back of the heels are aligned. Engage through your pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. So back passage to front passage. The musculature in between those points lifts up and tenses. Then you have the hip bones, so at the front of the pelvis. You want to feel that drawing in of that tension into the midline of your body. Good, so that tensioning into the lower belly area. Well done. From there, bring your chin soft to the throat. Allow your upper body to flex forward, so from your chest, allow that head to move, allow your chest to move. As you go down, it's a bit like bending over a pretend fence. That fence is here, right in front of you. The hip bones want to stay back. The abdominals are connected, drawing back as you allow your spine to flex forwards. Now, as you're flexing forwards, you're going to need quite a bit of abdominal support. So you might need to engage fully into the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. As you're rolling down, you may sense the back of the legs getting tensioned as well. And a bit of a cheat is that some people go forwards or go back. Happy for you to bend your knees, that's absolutely fine. Just try to keep that pelvis in an upright position and the weight balanced over your feet. Good. Pause at your lowest point. It's not about touching the floor. Let your head dangle, let the shoulders dangle. Breath in there, send the breath into your back. Big inflation of the back muscles, good. And exhaling, rolling back up. The pubic bone to your chest. The feet gently press down into the floor, and then you re-establish that spine and back onto the height chart. We do that again, breath in. Breath out, core engaged, tension upwards. It's like you're going to go up before you go down. Softening through the throat. Mobilizing the spine into flexion. That's one way our spine moves, flexing forwards. The spine can also flex backwards into extension, and it can also rotate and flex to the side, and it can do a whole host of those things all in one, and that's what this class is all about. So rolling down. Warm the spine up, let the head dangle, let the shoulders dangle. Good, the shoulders are draping over your back. It's not about touching the floor, it's about the flexion through the spine and the creation of those spaces into the spine, into the vertebrae. Good, and then rolling back up, bone by bone by bone by bone, feeling the floor pressing away as you come back up, restacking the spine, and then coming up. Excellent, well done. I'll turn to face you, and then from here, you're still into your standing posture. You might be facing me, you might not be, but see if you can follow me now. So from the top of your left arm, you're going to rotate your arm outwards. So feel how when you rotate outwards, the palms of your hands face forward, and reduce that or relax that and go back again. So the palms are facing inwards towards your body. Just place your hand into that corner edge of that shoulder joint. So when you roll out, the palm moves forwards. Hold it there. So let the arm move forwards. Pause. Let your arm now go forwards of you, keeping that outward rotation as you take the arm up. The shoulder blade glides in your back, and as it comes forwards, the palm is now facing towards your right. And it looks like this. It's not here, so that you're back bending. Good. Let's take the arm down again. I just want you to get accustomed to that. So, external rotation. Palm face forwards. Allow the arm to glide forwards, not out to the side, not behind you. Keep the spinal balance. Keep your trunk nice and balanced. And as it comes up, the shoulder blade wraps into around your armpit area, and then the arm comes up. Pause there. Core engage. You might feel like you're gently lifting your pubic bone up towards your heart. Now, tip your head towards your right. Let your spine now flex to the side. It's like both waistlines want to lift up as you go up and over towards the side. Notice how you're tensioning down that left side. Good. Press down gently through your left foot. Inhale, reach up your ear up towards the ceiling in opposition. You're creating more tension in that space now into the rings or the gills of the ribcage that I like to call them. And then now take your arm down and find your body coming back into that upright position as your arm comes down. Good. On the other side, if it helps, put your hand onto your right side, rotate the shoulder, feel the openness where your hand is at the front of the shoulder joint. Let the arm glide forwards and up, and as you do so, that palm faces towards your left now. Pause there. Tip your head. Good. Let the spine move into that flexion over towards the left. And the reason I'm keeping my hand here is because I'm avoiding any hinging forward. I want the ribs to stay soft, like almost masking tape down towards the hips. Good. Press down through that right foot, feeling that tension, feeling that length more. It's not about the drop through the left side, it's about the lift on both sides of your waist. No collapse. And then take the arm down. Feel now how the spine comes back and upright. We'll quicken the pace. Arm floats up. You know exactly what you need to do. Tip your head towards your right. Into the side bend. Inhale. Exhale, come back. Over to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Come back, core still engaged. Try to keep your body in that upright position. We go again. We inhale, press down through that left side and return. Very nice. And again, over we go towards the left. Press down through the right side, and it just feels really nice for the body to be moving in all planes. And the reason I wanted this class is because we stay quite forward facing. Everything's quite forward facing. But in fact, we need to be able to put our seatbelts on. We need to be able to reach for things behind us, but most things that we do are forward facing. Now, I'm going to turn this side because we're going to do another roll down now. So chin soft to the throat, core engaged. Find yourself up the height chart. Tensioning through the back of the neck, roll down. As you're rolling down now, just sense how you feel in that roll down. Has there been a change by stretching the sides of the body? And I hope that there is. The hip bones stay open, the head is heavy. As you roll down, the pelvis is centered over the feet, or the weight balanced over the feet, I should say. Roll down there, breath in, breath out. Now, fold, bend the knees, bend the hips. Relax through the head, relax through the shoulders. Let the hands go forward, let the feet go back into a V formation, inverted V, or downward facing dog, as some of you might know it as. So create space between the big toe and the second toe. Create width into your arms to support the frame of your shoulders. Good. Try to keep your bottom upright rather than in a curved position, or bend the knees and lift the sit bones up, core engage. From here, we go into a wave. You're going to send your heels down to the floor, straighten the legs, curl the pubic bone towards your heart, eyes to the pelvis. Ripple through the spine as you bring your body forwards. So that now you're in plank. Back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the pelvis. Feeling a current going down towards the heels from head to heels. From there, feel a lift up through the front of your body, from your toes all the way up towards your face. Pausing there, feel the strength in your abdominals, knees come down. Relax the tops of the toes. Good. From there, you're into front support now. Now, you might have noticed that the lights have gone down. There is a storm where I am, and so it's on and off at the moment. Power cut. So abdominals engage. Pause there. Press with your hands, soften from your hips. You're going to shift the body weight back, and as you shift your body weight back, notice how it softens into the hip joint, keeping the length through the spine. Now from there, curl the pubic bone towards your heart. So you're going to curl, 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 curl. Pubic bone curls towards your heart. Shift the body weight forward. So you're rippling through the spine. Unravel the spine back into that neutral centered position. So back of your head is the highest point, then back of the shoulders and back of the pelvis. Avoid sinking your body weight down to the floor. Press the floor away. Push with your hands, soften from your hips. So from here, you are keeping the length into the spine as far back as you can go without a pretend tray of glasses falling off your back. Now curl the pubic bone, use your abs, curl, 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 flexing the spine as you come forwards, and then into neutral. Last one, sit back and curl, abs engage. Now you come to a point where you're going to pause there. Press the mat apart with your hands, feeling that you're pulling that mat apart. Sense or pretend you have pockets at the side of your hips. Direct your elbows into those pockets as you lower your body weight down and press yourself up, a little cheeky press up there. So bending the elbows as you go down and press yourself up. And again, pushing the mat apart, tummy muscles are lifted in towards you, lower down and press up. On the next one, you're going to lower down and lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Now we're going to explore some extension work. Extension is where the body is lifting into the opposite direction of what we were doing. So this is going to be extension against gravity. Hands are wide. Thumbs roughly in line with your eyes. Hands roughly 90 degrees to your elbows. Elbows roughly 90 degrees towards your shoulder. Find a happy medium for you. Relax your head. Feel your ribs soften under you. Feel your legs go wider than hip distance apart to accommodate any tightness in your hip. And rotate the big toe towards the floor and the little toe up towards the ceiling. So now you're in turnout. So keep engaging through that core muscle, pelvic floor, deep abdominals. You're not at 100%, you're about 50 and even lower than that. Lift the nose away from the floor. Pretend you have a ball, a tennis ball, onto your chest. So the head is in line with the rest of the spine right now. But as you roll that ball with your chest, notice how the head lifts up and the shoulder blades feel like they're gliding down your back. Can you feel the effort and work into the mid-back muscles between the shoulder blades and a little bit lower? Pause there. Lower down and release. We go again. Engage through the core if you've lost it. Nose lifts away from the floor. Send that ball forwards and up. Feel that upper back having to work for you. Pause there and lower down. Those muscles are essential to stop the shoulders overly rounding. So we want to take a bit of time to understand that process. Nose away. Ball sends away. Keep thinking about a forward and up. It's like a diagonal movement of your heart, sending that ball forwards and up and go higher and higher. And notice as you go higher still, how the hands start pressing into the floor and you can feel part towards your lower back having to work. Now, can you push into your hands and push yourself up and feel that you're coming away from your hips? Is that possible where you're at today? Or do you feel that you need to stay into the first one? Come back down and then lengthen through the spine. And again. So you either stick with the first one, the tennis ball rolls away, you're feeling that excellent upper back activity, or you lift up a little bit higher, press into the hands, lift away from your hip bones as you now come up. Now, if you are in this position, it's not a slump into your lower back and I've lost my abdominal engagement. Neither is it I'm engaged so much that I'm flexing forward. See if you can feel an upward lift and your belly is lengthening as you lift, but You've still got your core engaged. It's so complicated, but it really isn't. Get yourself up there and lift away from the hips. Have a bit of core engaged. That's all I'm asking you to do. Down you come. Let's do one more. Nose away, send the ball away, glide forwards and up. Press into the hands. Good. Feel that lovely upper back work and slowly come down. Excellent. Bring your legs close towards each other. Hands either side of the rib cage. Roll the shoulders back and we're going to press ourselves up. So find the weight balance onto your knees and press yourself up. And notice now how you're back into that front support position. Hands are at shoulder distance apart, abdominals are engaged. Can you push with your hands now, soften from your hips as you hinge back, nice and soft. From here, can you curl your pubic bone in towards you as you roll forward? Lengthening the spine on that return, shift back and curl. Good, elongating, one more. Shift back and curl. So this is a really nice counter stretch to all the extension. On the next one, I want you to shift back and then you're going to curl up as you come up into high kneeling. Now, the spine, as I discussed before, needs to work in all planes. So we have done flexion going forwards, we've done extension, we've done lateral flexion, which is to the side. Now we're going to explore rotation. Rotation is so good for the body and it's so good for mobility, particularly because in older age, we lose it. What I'm going to ask you to do is keep your right leg down, take the left forwards, and I'm going to mirror you. So from this position, you're like this. What I want you to do now is to bring your hand into a prayer position. Press the hands. You're going to hinge yourself forward. So from here, it looks like that. Hook your right elbow into your left knee. Allow the shoulders to broaden and widen. Now, as you press down, you're going to press down through your left foot into the floor. Hands press against each other. Knee of that left knee is pushing against the elbow of the right, and then you're going to push them against each other, push them against each other. Press the hands against each other as well, and what that does is to spiral you towards the left. Inhale there. Exhale, release. It's like a wind up. Pushing the elbow into the knee into the elbow as you spiral, and then release. Keep going. It is not an abdominal yanking yourself into that rotation to pull across. It is very much the pressure of the elbow into the knee into the elbow that presses you and spirals you. From a different angle, keep going. I'm here. I'm pushing, 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 and then release. And I'm pushing, pushing, pushing. Good, and release. Couple more. Think about the crown of the head reaching away from your tail. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Good. And then what I want you to do from here is to open up. Can you turn and revolve to your right? Take your left hand into the floor. And if you want to, you can prop yourself up. You can use a block. If you can't quite reach the floor, that's fine. Or you can go up into your fingertips, whatever you wish. Let the knee and the arm on that left side hug each other a little bit. Take your right arm up and open up now. So quite a big stretch, particularly in this area, in the groin area, in the adductors, but also a nice, again, counter stretch for your shoulders and your rib cage and the spine. Good, and release. From here now, I want you to just bring yourself back into like a sprinter's position and bring yourself upright. Well done. Let's do the other side. So take down your left and present your right forwards in a 90-90 kneeling position. The crown of the head is reaching up. The abdominals are connected. Grow upwards along your height chart still. Back of your head, back of the shoulders, back of the pelvis. Hinge, you're going to bring your hand into a prayer position. Hinge forwards. Put your elbow into the knee into the elbow. Grow, lengthen. Head away from your tail. Good. We push the elbow into the knee into the elbow. That right foot is pressing down, getting a great revolving movement and mobility into my back without it being muscular driven. I'm getting my waist lengthening at the front and then release. That pressure is really important. So pushing in, pressure, tension between the knee and the elbow, creates the spiral. I cannot make this any more prominent, and I want to make it prominent, really prominent, because I don't want you yanking through your back muscles. This is not about muscular driven. This is fascia, your fascial system, which is super duper intelligent system in your body. Keep going. So you're in charge of your pressure, inhaling, exhaling. How much pressure do you put in your knee? It depends on you. Good. One more. Good. Release. Now turn. Put your right hand down or use your block. Open up and turn and face. Go the opposite way. Nice counter stretch there. Well done. And come back. Bring yourself into a sprinter's position. Roll yourself up. Pubic bone up to your head. And elongate. Let's pop your foot back down onto that side. Now, I want to be able to rebalance your spine after that rotation. So bring your hands onto your pelvis. You've got your fingertips on your pubic bone, your heels of your hands onto your hip bones. Grow upwards, grow tall, core engage. We're going to shift back, and it's like you're cutting your pelvis by your hips, pulling yourself back and tipping your body forwards. So let's just practice that again and come back. Your head is staying upright. It's all from the pelvis. So the pelvis is pulling back. Your hips soften into that hip crease. Your bottom goes back. You're on a kind of a slope, back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the pelvis, and then we come back up. Rather than lean and sit back, yeah? Or lean and then sit back. See how you go. See if you can. Bum goes back, sit bones widen, head goes forward. Pause. Core engage strongly now. Curl the pubic bone up. You're going to feel your hip bones tip back and the pubic bone come forwards. What that does is to send you into a mid-air cat. Can you feel the tensioning coming into the front of your thighs? Apologies, it's quite hard, isn't it? Up you come. Sit back, inhale. Exhale, curl. Now you don't have to sit back too far, and I deliberately didn't do that because I want you to lengthen through these old quadriceps and the hip flexors, which can sometimes get stuck. So, curling as you sit back, then curl. Inhale, sit back again, length through the spine, bum away from your head, curl. Now, I'm going a little bit further. Experiment. So as I go back, my body's a bit more upright now. I'm tensioning. And this isn't to show off. This is to show you where you can go with this exercise. For those who get really stuck and really tight thighs and really tight hips, this is a superb exercise for that. One last one. Good. And then you come upright, pelvis is over the feet, over the knees, crown of the head up. Just sit back now, if you are able to, onto your heels, and then rest. Good. And then I'm going to get you to come up. The next one I'm going to teach you now is an amalgamation of all those. We're going to go into flexion, side bend, rotation and extension all in one, and definitely up there with one of my favorite exercises that I do. This you will probably need a block, and also if you need to pad your knees out, please do so. So let's start off with, I'll face you actually, so make it easier. So let's start off with your left knee down, right come forwards. Good. So we're going to grow up the height chart. So back into 90-90 position. Well done. We're going to have the block to your left. And if you want to, pad your knee out now, because it can get a little bit yucky on the knees, especially if you're on a hard floor and you haven't got a thick mat. Now, 90-90 roughly, spine lifting up, core engage. I'm going to just stretch out your hip flexor a little bit more on that left side. So can you tuck and curl the pubic bone upwards towards the ceiling? Rotate, take the left arm forwards and up into exactly how we did before and go into a side bend, lifting up and away from that left side. Good, release that pressure of the tip of the pubic bone up and take the arm down. So you're going to tip, curl the pubic bone up, rotate, take the arm up. Feel that tensioning, feel that stretch, go into the side bend. I've got my hand here again to stop me from doing this. It's not about a hinge forward. It's about staying in the upright position as much as you can with that tensioning curl of the pubic bone up. And then release. Good. From here now, I'm going to get you 2. Take both arms forwards. Good. You know how to do that. It's that rotation out to the sides, arms coming forwards. Push back a little bit with your front foot, so with that right foot, and it tips you back. Can you feel how it just sends your bum back, head forwards? From this angle, as I push with my foot, I'm going forwards. Yeah, similar to how we did before. So as you push back, your arms will go out to the side. So I call this the aeroplane position. Your arms are out to the side. Now, you're going to bank, and as you bank, like an aeroplane, you're going to bank over towards your left side. This is where that block comes in handy. My hand goes under the block, and it's far away from me. I'm now going to allow my right arm to come over. I'm now into a long side bend. Now, the only thing you need to think about is where your pelvis is. Your pelvis, I'm having a quick look, is over my knee again. It's not forwards and it's not back. So present your pelvis forwards, hips are roughly square facing forwards. Good. And then drape that right arm. Push down with the left. Rotate gently the arm out, and you know how to do that from the start of the class. So you're rotating from the top of the arm out, and feel how you push the floor away. That gives you more stability. Good, well done. Gently curl the pubic bone up to your heart. Can you feel how it might open you up a little bit more in front of that hip? Now you're thinking, and I get on with it. This is a really hard position to stay in, so we will go into it. Take your right arm forwards. Let it go forwards. Reach it forwards. And what that does, as it draws towards the floor, it draws my back muscles, your lats, your cape of the back, and it spirals it down towards the floor. Head is relaxed. Good. From there, lift back up, push through with the left arm as you spiral back into your side bend. Now, take your right arm up to the ceiling. This is a tricky bit. Can you push through the arm? Can you revolve your heart up towards the ceiling? And as you do so, get an almighty opening at the front of your pelvis and your chest as the arm reaches away. Really nice. Come back. Revolve into the side bend again. Take that right arm forward. Spiraling down, try to keep your right hip back. Don't let it drop to come forwards. You're really keeping like a big beach ball underneath you, and you're opening up into that. Good. Come back into the side bend. Arm goes up, rotate, open up, open up, open up. Good, and then now back into the drape. Take your hand down to the floor, take your block with you because you're going to need it on the other side, and walk yourself towards the right. Just allow your body to go all the way over, and it gives you that counter stretch again. Really nice, well done. From there, coming back up to the start, and then we will simply just swap over to keep things nice and simple. So, pop. Pad the knee out if you need to, take the left leg forwards, and we're now up here into your 1990. And just sense how you feel into the side that you've stretched compared to the other side. Good. So you might feel quite imbalanced now, but we will rebalance that all at the end of the session. So from here, let's go into that side bend. So curl the pubic bone up to your heart. Use your abdominals. You're tipping it towards you. Sense that tensioning from the shoulder, you're turning out, let the arm float forwards and up, gliding that shoulder in the shoulder blades. It's not pulling too much up or it's not pulling down, it's in that midpoint. Good. And then you come out of it and rebalance. Let go of that tug of the tail between the leg feeling, or pubic bone up. Good, again, curl. That pubic bone curls, abdominals engage, arm floats up, into the side bend, lifting up and away. Big old stretch at the front of the thigh and at the sides for some of you as well. And then releasing to come down. Now, push with the left. Arm floats up as you hinge back, and then come back. The arms just come down again, and push with the leg. Good. Just gives you that idea of that bottom going back, head go forwards. Good. Arms now out to the side. Bank like an aeroplane. Find your block, bring the pelvis forward so that it's over your knee again. Take your left arm and drape it. Let your head go. Right shoulder, it rotates outwards. So you're rotating that shoulder outwards. You're into that drape, the core is engaged. Now from here, Let your left arm reach forwards. Head turns down. Ribs turn round. Left hip stays down. How does this side compare to the other side? Is it different? Is it harder? Good. It definitely is for me. I get sticky down this side of my back. Good. Lower back. Now use your abdominals. Return yourself back into that side position. Good. Take the arm up towards the ceiling. Turn your heart. Let your heart lift. Reach your left hand behind you. Good. Opening up. You might even get a stretch in the shoulder of the right as well. Big old pectoral stretch. Good. Come into the side bend. Revolve into facing forwards again. Arm reaches down. Hip stays back. Remember that beach ball. Head relaxed. Core strongly engaged. Good. Returning and keep breathing. Haven't talked much about breathing because it's complicated enough sometimes, isn't it? Arm up. Good. Turn the chest. Good. And then, as long as you're breathing, good. Turn all the way down. Bring your hands into that position and turn now towards the left, feeling that softening coming into the waistline. Well done. From there, coming back, I'm just going to move bits and pieces out of the way, and you do so as well. Bring your left knee down and then find yourself onto your mat, whichever way you're facing, into 4-point kneeling. So hands are now below the shoulders, knees are below the hips. And I'm going to get you to go into cat shortly. So back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the pelvis. Now the spine is lengthening into between the pelvis, and the shoulders. You're not dropping down. Equally, you're not in a curved position. So just experiment with not dropping down and not pushing away the floor too much, but feel broad. Good, so core engaged. Curl the pubic bone towards your heart. What that does is to send your hip bones back and up and your pubic bone towards your heart. It ripples through the spine and eventually your head comes down and you can look at your pelvis. Good, pause there, breath in. Breath out, lengthening through the spine, head away from your tail. We go again. We curl the pubic bone towards your heart. As we go into cat, feeling how you feel there. Hopefully your back feels better. And then lengthening away. One last one to end and we curl into cat. Good. Head is nice and relaxed. Well done. And we lengthen away from there. Just take a little sit back. Feel that length and stretching coming into the body. And then just coming back up if you are able to sit on your heels, that is. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me in my spine focus session today, and I will see you around soon. Keep following the videos, keep doing the workouts because you will benefit from a bit of regularity of the classes. So check you soon. Bye.